The Qin Dynasty. The Qin Emperor's strong government. The Warring States period marked a time in China when several states battled each other for power. One state, the Qin, built a strong army and defeated the armies of the rivaling states. Eventually, the Qin Dynasty united the country under one government. Shi Huangdi takes the throne. In 221 BC, the Qin king Yin Zhan succeeded in unifying China. He gave himself the title Shi Huangdi, which means first emperor. Shi Huangdi followed legalist political beliefs. He created a strong government with strict laws and harsh punishments. Shi Huangdi demanded that everyone follow his politics. He ordered the burning of all writings that did not agree with legalism. The only other books that were saved dealt with farming, medicine, and predicting the future. Many scholars opposed to the books of burnings. The emperor responded to the opposition by buying 460 scholars, burning 460 scholars alive. Shi Huangdi also used his armies to expand the empire. First, they occupied the lands around both of China's major rivers. Then his soldiers turned north and advanced almost to the Gobi Desert. To the south, they invaded more land and advanced as far as the Xi River. Shi Huangdi ensured that there would not be a future revolt in his new territories. When his soldiers conquered a city, he had them to destroy its walls and take their weapons. China under the Qin. Shi Huangdi changed China's old political system. He claimed all the power and did not share it with the lords. He even took land away from them and forced thousands of nobles to move with their families to the capital so he could keep an eye on them. He also forced thousands of commoners to work on government building projects. Workers faced years of hardship, danger, and often death. To control China, Shi Huangdi divided it into districts, each with its own governor. Districts were subdivided into countries that were governed by appointed officials. These organizations helped the emperor enforce his tax system. It also helped the Qin enforce a strict chain of command. A unified China. Qin rule brought other major changes to China. Under Shi Huangdi, new politics and achievements united the Chinese people. Qin politics, as you read earlier, mountains and rivers divided China into district regions. Customs varied and people in each area had their own money. Writing styles and laws, Shi Huangdi wanted all Chinese people to do things the same way. Early in his region, the emperor set up a uniform system of law. Rules and punishments were to be the same in all parts of the empire. Shi Huangdi also standardized the written language. People everywhere were required to write using the same set of symbols. People from a different religion could now communicate with each other in writing. This gave them the sense of shared culture and a common identity. Next, the emperor set up a new money system. Standardized gold and copper coins became the currency used in all of China. Weights and measures were also standardized. Even the axle with the carts had to be the same. With all the changes and the unified right system, trade between different regions became much easier. The Qin government strictly enforced these new standards. Any citizen who disobeyed the laws would face severe punishments. Qi achievements. New massive building projects also helped unify the country. Under Shi Huangdi's rule, the Chinese built a network of roads that connected the capital to every part of the emperor. These roads made travel easier for everyone. Each of these new roads were the same width, 50 pace wide. This design helped the army move quickly and easily put down revolts in distant areas. China's water system also improved. Workers built canals and connect the country's rivers. Like the new roads, the canals improved transportation throughout the country. Using the canals and rivers together, it made it easier and faster to ship goods from north to south. In addition, the Qin built an irrigation system to make land good for farming. Parts of the system are still in use today. Shi Huangdi also wanted to protect the country from invasion. Nomads from the north were fierce warriors, and they were a real threat to China. Hoping to stop them from invading, the Qin Emperor built the Great Wall, a barrier that linked earlier walls across China's northern frontier. The first section of the wall had been built in 600 BC to keep invading groups out of China. The Qin connected earlier pieces of the wall to form a long, unbroken structure. Building the wall required years of labor from hundreds of thousands of workers. Many of them died during building the wall. The fall of Qin. Shi Huangdi's politics unified China. However, his politics are stirred resentment. Many peasants, scholars, and nobles hated this harsh wage. Still, Shi Huangdi was powerful enough to hold the country together. When he died in 210 BC, China was unified, but they didn't last. Within a few years, the government began to fall. Rebel forces formed across the country. Each claimed to have received the mandate of heaven to replace the emperor. One of these groups attacked the Qin capital, and the new emperor surrendered. The palace had disappeared. It was burned to the ground. Qin authority had disappeared. With no central government, the country fell into civil war. Emperor Shi Huangdi. If you are a powerful ruler, how will you protect yourself? When did he live? 259 to 210 BC. Where did he live? Shi Huangdi built a new capital city at Xinyang, and now called Xi'an, in eastern China. What did he do? Shi Huangdi didn't trust people. Several attempts were made on his life, and the emperor lived in fear of more attacks. He was constantly seeking new ways to protect himself and extend his life. By the time Shi Huangdi died, he didn't even trust his own advisors. Even in death, he surrounded himself with protectors, the famous terracotta army. Why is he famous? Why is he important? Shi Huangdi was one of the most powerful rulers in Chinese history. The first ruler to unify all of China. He is also remembered for his building programs. He built roads and canals throughout China and expanded what would become the Great Wall.